Om Sri Sai Ram. Dear students, hearty welcome to Sri Satya Sai Lok Seva Gurukulam online classes. All of us, I think, are ready with full of spirits, taken food properly. I think you have brought some book and pen and all to write down. Okay. Now we will go to a very interesting chapter in physics called as motion and its description. Okay. And about motion, you have seen so many types of motion. Is it not? Come on, list out. Say birds are flying. Then sun, movement of sun. Then wind is blowing by which the trees will sway. Is it not? Vehicles are moving. All these, so many examples. So in simple terms, what do you say motion? If the body changes its position with respect to time. Now you are all sitting there hearing the lesson, right? So it is a position of rest. When the class is over, you will get up and go. Is it not? Then you will be called in motion because you have changed your position. So motion is nothing but change of position of a body with respect to time. And there are different kinds of motion. Can you tell me some of the different kinds of motion? We say a bus is moving in a road. We can refer it as a straight line motion or rectilinear motion. Okay. Or if we say a ball is made to move on a table, is rectilinear motion or a straight line motion. And there are some other motion which is circular. We have seen the fan, you know. If you switch on a fan, it rotates. It is called circular motion. Also you might have seen about this oscillatory motion, the swing. Is it not? So there are different kinds of motion also we are going to study, and we know what are the effects of motion. Suppose one vehicle is going very fast and suddenly it is hit by another bus or another, any wall or something. So there will be an accident, we say. There is one of the effects of motion. There will be bumps also in the roads. So what you have to do, you have to slow down the vehicle. Otherwise, there are chances you may fall off. Is it not? So every motion has some effect. Suppose when you are going in a bus, if you apply the brake, is it not? The bus stops. So that is all called effects of motion. And also we know something about rest and motion. They are relative. Suppose you are sitting in a bus stand waiting for bus, that is called rest. And when the bus comes, when you just move on to the bus, that is motion. And you see the bus moving. You see so many buses also coming and going. So with respect to you, we say the bus is moving, you say. With respect to you, the bus is standing in a stand. We say it is at rest. Okay. These are all the things we already know by daily experience. Today let us see some more things about this. Just now we are referring about motion and rest. Now object is said to be in motion if its position changes with time, with fixed frame of reference. So when you start a bike, for example, it is at rest now. You just switch on and start. Say it is in motion. How do you say it is in motion? With reference to Mr. X who is sitting there. He will say, you have started the bike. Is it not? So there will be a reference there. With the frame of reference means somebody is observing. And there is a position change. Okay. It's a continuous change in the position of the object with respect to the observer. We will see some more examples about this shortly. For example, we are sitting in a bus moving parallel to another bus moving in the same direction with the same speed. Just imagine your bus is moving, you are sitting in the bus, that is another bus which is parallel to, in highways they will take overtake, sometimes they take overtake. So when they overtake, for some time both the bus will be moving in the same speed. Then what do we observe? We observe that the position of the other bus moving with respect to your bus is not changing. We feel that both are at rest. We feel so with time. In this case, the other bus seemed to be at rest with respect to your bus. But the person who is sitting in the bus stand or in the side of the road, he will see that both buses are moving, right? So both the buses are moving with respect to the surroundings. To a person who is standing on the roadside, we will see that. So what does it infer? We can say that the motion is relative. Means there should be observer, and with reference to the observer, we say the motion is there or not. Okay. Now let us take one more example. Suppose you are sitting in a vehicle waiting for a traffic signal. See, traffic signal is one of the most wonderful inventions. Just imagine in cities like Bangalore, Mysore, Mangalore, etc. If there are no traffic signals, what happens? The number of accidents will be more. So much would have lost their lives or lost their vehicles and so on. Is it not? So in a signal, what happens? There will be three signals there. One is called red, orange, green. Is it not? So when the green comes, it means it start. Orange comes means changing. Red means stop. Because in a circle there will be 4 or 5 or 6 roads approaching the circle. So depending on the density of vehicles, they give the signals, right? There is automatic, please note. Whole universe also is like that, like traffic signal. There is one driver or who is the operator who operates the whole universe, and nobody comes to know his play. Okay. So here what happens? When the signal starts, the change of signal takes place. That means it comes to green. And if your vehicle you are just now starting, there is another vehicle by your side which starts moving already. He is ready now. So what do you observe? We feel that that vehicle is going backwards. That your vehicle is going backwards. Because you are not yet ready now. It is already passed. And then we feel that it is only a feeling. It is not real actually. So this is another example where the reference is made. And therefore we say rest and motion are relative terms. One related to other, okay. And now if a body stays at the same position with time is at rest. So it is not changing position. That means it is at rest. For example, a book or a pen kept on the table is at rest with respect to the table. And that will be there for long time if you do not lift it, right? Today I kept a book on a table. It will be there today, tomorrow also, day after tomorrow also, no change, because we say it is at rest. So that is what is meant by body at rest. Okay. Now let us imagine one situation. You can also experiment it. That is, a boy by name Ramu. You can also try. What you have to do? Go to the bank of a river and imagine that there is a bridge for that. And he observed that boats are approaching the bank. It's a very big river. He saw many boats coming near the bank. Bank means where he was sitting. Vehicles passing on the bridge. There is a bridge nearby, the right of him. We see so many hundreds of vehicles going on the bridge, and moon rising on the sky. It was evening time, so slowly you can see the moon coming up, birds going back to the nest. So in the evening time, especially in the villages, you can see so nicely they are going in a line. So beautiful, na? The nature is very beautiful and bountiful. Only thing is, you must know how to see it. You must have proper eyes to see them, and you must have proper heart to enjoy them. Okay. So you have to go on listing our thoughts that comes in the mind of Ramu. Okay. You can also try in your village or town where there is a river and there is a bridge. So you can just sit by the side of the bridge and observe. And when you observe the water flowing, you also feel that you are also moving in the water. You will be sitting there only, but the observation will be a different one. So this is also you can try and do it. And one more interesting example would be running race. How many know running race? Athletics. There are different kinds of events, right? Running race will be there. And what else? High jumps, long jumps, and so on. Is it not? So here you can find a 200-meter track, especially once in a year they conduct annual sports meet, and there will be good number of participants. Is it not? So there are 5 players, let us imagine, they are called athletes participating in 200 event. The same track can be used for 400 also, 800, etc., etc. Is it not? It will be it is not a straight line, it is a elliptical one. Okay, let us imagine that these are called lanes, or it is also called tracks in the language of sports. So here there are 5 players, A, B, C, D, E. See here, they are named it as A, B, C, D, E. And they are in different tracks. Let us suppose that they are moving in a speed of 2 meters, A in 2 meters, E also 2 meters, and B and D, see B and D 3 meters, A and D 2 meters, and C is 4 meters in 1 second. So that is the speed of them, and with the speeds of both the athletes are same, we feel that, or we observe that they are at rest. For example, A and D, they move in the same speed, 2 meters per second. Similarly, B and D, they also move in the, of course for figure purpose they are shown different, but actually practically they are moving in the same speed, say 3 meters per second. Can you help the player to understand that which player is in motion with respect to which player and which player is at rest with respect to which player? Just now I told you, if the speed of any 2 or 3 boys same, we say they are at rest. If the speeds are different, we say they are at motion. Okay. Now there is a table here, let's fill it up. So observer A, while running now they will be seeing this side, that side, who is going fast, who is slow, who is with him and all. A and E, E is at rest with respect to A because change in position of A and D in 1 second is 0. Both are moving at the same speed, 2 meters per second. Whereas B, C, D, they are in different speeds. B and D are moving at 3 meters per second and C is moving at 4 meters per second. So these two, we find that they are in different speeds. Similarly, if you take B, D will be at rest and then A, C, E will be in motion because their speed is different from this. Like that you go on filling up. So here what does it mean? It means that the speed of B and D are same as it is like that of A and D. Okay. Here this is 3 meters per second, here this is 2 meters per second. Okay. So when the other speeds are changed, we say that body, that players will be in motion in compared to these two. Like that you can fill it up. Now let us come to the types of motion which I already mentioned about it. One is called rectilinear motion. So a motion in straight line. If a body moves in straight line, we call it as a rectilinear motion. And for example, runner on a 100-meter race. 100 meter is a very interesting competition, is it not? Because there will be only one it all will be in a straight line and it all depends upon how you have practiced, right? So that is a straight line. You can see your friend running in 100-meter track, and the other one is a ball on a horizontal table is also an example for ball rolling on the horizontal table. It also moves in a straight line. We call it as a rectilinear motion. Here the position of moving object is changing with respect to time along the straight line. Okay. And one more is a stone falling from the hand. So suppose you let fall a stone, it falls to the ground. Why does it fall down? It falls because of the earth's gravity. So, but when it falls, it comes straight to the earth because earth will pull each and every object towards its center. Is it not? So these are the examples: ball rolling on horizontal surface and stone falling from the hand. All these are examples for rectilinear motion. Coming to second type, this is a very common example for you. This is very interesting, for some of you have already seen it. So this circular motion, this is an object moves, follows a circular path during motion, then that type of motion is called circular motion. What is circle? There will be a center, is it not? What is circle? Circle is a locus of a moving point. So if a body moves with a fixed distance from a fixed point, and this distance is called radius, fixed point is called center. So if a body moves in a circular motion, for example, motion of the blades of an electric fan, how many blades will be there? Usually it is 3, and Swami says they are like karma, bhakti, jnana, and it may be 4 also. So 3 or 4 may be there. So when there will be a central point here, and the blades will move in a circular form. Here also you can see this beautiful merry-go-round, it is called. Merry means joyful, joyful experience. There will be different horses, sitting on horses, going round. There will be a central axis, so around that we are going round, and therefore we say it is a circular motion. Okay. Now come to the third point, oscillatory motion. The to and fro movement of a body from the central position is called oscillatory motion. In such a motion, object oscillates about a point called position of rest or equilibrium position. So, beautiful example will be motion of a swing. Swing, go like this. You might have played, especially girls, during Nagara Panchami in North Karnataka, it is a common thing. They play on swing. So, that is an example for oscillatory motion, the to and fro motion. So, here when this is called a position of rest, and from this rest position it goes to a extreme position called A, then to a point called B, comes back, goes like this and comes back to a position called B. Is it not? So this is called pendulum, simple pendulum. Who discovered pendulum? It was discovered by Galileo, a very famous Italian scientist. Who discovered pendulum? This pendulum principle is used in wall clock also. Old type of clocks. You have seen, I think. There will be alarms also, hitting bells. So these are some of the examples of oscillatory motion. Okay. And the middle position. So about a point, this is called position of rest. This is called rest position. From this it will go to left or right, is it not? So this is called equilibrium position. You can have it in a hand or you can tie it to a stand. So there are 3 types of motion you have seen. Now we will see something about distance travelled and displacement. The length of the path followed by the object from the starting point to the ending point is called distance travelled. So there will be a starting point, there will be ending point. So the path followed, length of the path followed is called as distance travelled, and displacement means shortest distance. Shortest distance. For example, from Chikballapur to Bangalore, shortest distance is via Devanhalli highway. Or you can go to Shidlaghatta and then go to Bangalore. Or you can go to Doddaballapur and go to Bangalore. So starting point is Chikballapur only. But while going, you can go in different ways. Is it not? That is distance travelled. So distance may be more. Is it not? Or equal to displacement. So here from Chikballapur to Bangalore is Devanhalli. Via Devanhalli is the shortest way. So that is what is called as displacement. For example, an object moves from a point A to B. This is like Bangalore, this is like Chikballapur. So along 3 different paths, the distance are to be measured along the 3 paths. So it may go in this direction, and then come to D, or it may go south direction and then go to B. So there are three different paths. In these three paths, of course, you have to use a scale, something like a park. This is from where you have to start. This is something like a lighthouse or some tower. So you can go in different ways to reach that. For drawing this figure, you have to use a scale, 1 centimeter to 10 meters. Okay, by using scale, this drawing is done. Here, which is the shortest distance? Number 2 is the shortest. Number 1 is longer, 3 also is longer, but 2 is the shortest. That is called as displacement. Okay. So what do you observe? What do you conclude from this? Displacement is smaller or equal to distance. Okay. Or displacement is equal to distance if the body moves along a straight line path. It does not change the direction. Okay. So if you have a straight line, displacement equal to distance. Both are same. And also we observe that if body does not move in straight line path, its displacement is less than the distance. Just now you have seen it. Okay. And it can be 0 also, but distance cannot be 0. When it becomes 0, for example, you have 2 points called A, B. If body starts from A, go to B, so distance will be A to B, and displacement, if it comes back to A again, so here displacement will be 0 because it has gone to B and come back. So distance will be A to B and B to A. So there will be two things, that will be distance. So it can be 0, it can be less than the distance travelled, or it is equal to distance travelled. So all the three things are possible. That is what you can make out. The same thing we can show it in form of a graph. What is graph? Graph is a representation of the physical facts, is it not? So graphs are very much needed nowadays. You can make out by just seeing the graph. For drawing a graph, there will be, you should see what is the range of variables, starting, ending, you must know. Then you must have a proper scale for drawing a graph. Means, for example, if you want to draw the graph of India map, you cannot bring whole India into your book. You have to take a scale, is it not? Similarly, you have seen in hospitals how the graphs are useful about the person taking food or passing stools, this, that. All these, or BP, temperature, all these can be seen by the means of graph, is it not? So it is very easy to understand the facts and figures. So it is an independent quantity is to be taken on the x-axis, dependent quantity is to be taken on y-axis. There will be two axes for every graph. One is called x, another is called y. So independent quantity x-axis is not changing. Dependent changes, therefore to be taken y-axis by taking a proper scale. Okay, for example, distance on the x-axis, displacement on y-axis. So this is distance travelled, this is displacement. And what do you observe? A motion along a straight line without changing its direction. So here distance and displacement will be equal. If you have to take a proper scale here, this distance and this displacement. Suppose you have 10, 20, etc. Here also 10, 20, etc. that will be same, and here graph will be making an angle of 45 degrees because this is 90. So when this bisect this, we have 45 degrees. Okay, so this is one of the distance displacement graph. Okay, now let us see the second case. Object is moving from one position to another and coming back. I just shown the case from A to B and B to A. Then see here, it starts from here, goes to the maximum point and comes back. So this is the graph for that distance versus displacement, and here displacement is 0, but distance will be have to be taken into account. That is the second case. Suppose you have a circular path. What happens? Suppose you have a circular path. This type of path you can see in parks, and there will be a center. Of course, I am drawing a rough figure. Suppose a body starts from A. So distance will be, it will be going to A to B. Say let us suppose the point is here C and D. ACB is called distance travelled and AB is diameter, that is called displacement, or it may be ADB also, and AOB is the displacement. This is the shortest distance. Suppose a body comes back to A, go to C, B, D and comes back, let us suppose, then displacement will be 0 because the body has come back to the original position. Is it not? Okay, suppose it goes to B, means it may be ACB or ADB is the distance and AOB will be the displacement. Suppose it has gone to this and come back, the displacement will be 0. So that is what we have seen in the conclusion point. And now we will see some interesting item. Okay, sometimes we are endangered by the motion of objects around us. That is, the motion is erratic and uncontrollable. As you have seen case of a flooded river. In rainy season it is common. Many places rivers overflow and causes lot of damages to the human beings, buildings and so on. So flooded river, it is uncontrollable. Until the rain stops, it won't come to control. Or hurricane. Hurricane means is again uncontrollable motion, a very heavy wind blowing in the surface of a sea, or it may be on land also. So there will be whirling of the wind. That is what is called as hurricane. And tsunami, this T is silent here, the Japanese word. You heard about tsunami that has taken place in the previous day of Christmas in the banks of Bay of Bengal a few years ago, in Chennai and Pondicherry and all. Lot of damages have taken place, crores of rupees also lost. So here the motion is not in control, and this is another type of motion where there is erratic, and there will be some other cases where you can control the motion. For example, when the rivers are flowing, the flowing water can be put by the help of a dam and production of electricity and can be done. That is called hydroelectric power. It is controlling. Our mind also like that. mind will be flowing every second, it goes to different thoughts. If you put a discipline, a dam of discipline, and if it is just like the water in a channel, so also if you divert our mind, it will be very useful. If you do not put dam of discipline, it goes to all directions and progress will be slow. We will see some figures of that hurricanes. This is what is called hurricane. So this had happened in the sea. So there will be a fast moving wind causing tides, and this is an example of tsunami, wherein huge, something like 30 to 40 feet high waves coming into the town, and see how it is rushing into the town and rushing into the road and all. Thousands lost their lives. It's uncontrollable motion, called erratic motion. But in other case, if you control the motion by putting dams, it's production of hydroelectricity. It is how motion of the water, running water, can be controlled. So here water is made to flow into this, and it is made to rotate the turbines, which can convert this, it produces electricity by the help of the movement of the generator. So that is supplied. So that is another way of controlling the motion. If the motion is not controllable, it causes a lot of havoc, dangers. But if the motion is controllable, like that of hydroelectricity, we can produce a lot of electricity also, and even the water that is put into different channels is useful for agriculture purpose also. Is it not? Now let us see home assignments. An object has moved through a distance. Can it have a zero displacement? If yes, if the answer is yes, support your answer with an example. An object is thrown vertically upwards to the height of 20 meters, comes to the hands of the thrower in 10 seconds. The displacement of the object is one of the 4 answers. Okay. So come prepared for these answers. Thank you.